Now you can hear me, hopefully. I guess my mic was muted. So can everybody please give me a 5x5 and make sure that everybody can hear me? I think everybody can hear me. But welcome to Blessed to Crochet and the Lifeboat. Um, I hope everybody is having a great day. Hi, Jaden. As you can see, I am rippling off the lifeboat today. So I hope everybody came with their ideas. I love that. When I used to watch Silver Spoons, they used to call ideas. That was always funny. So I hope everybody is having a good day. And just a minute while I put my necklace on. I forgot. We got distracted with something else and I didn't get this stuff done, right? Doo-doo. I hope everybody's having a good day. All right. Now I'm official, right? I'm officially rippling. So I kind of did this topic today as everybody's starting to come in because I wanted to talk about the ability to, we forget sometimes that starting something new is sometimes a little scary and a little nerve-wracking. And this kind of came from Kristen Melinda. We all love Kristen. She is awesome, and we're so thankful that she's part of the lifeboat. And this kind of came off of that. And so I decided to kind of do this topic because of that. So I just know for myself, when you start something new, it can be exhausting and tiring, can it? And I remember Spank saying that his dad, of course, Admiral Tommy, would say that the best way to expand your comfort zone is to step out sometimes just a little bit. And sometimes I think we look at things and we go, "Oh my goodness, it looks so big. I can't do that." But sometimes we have to remember we can take things slowly. We don't have to just go all in, dive into the deep end. Sometimes we need to just go, okay, we need to just start off going from the little bit and start going in that way first. And so I would encourage everybody, if they're thinking about doing something new, high noise opera, if they're doing something new, don't just try to go, okay, I can go in and I'm going to go in and I'm going to go right into the deep end. Sometimes we forget that we just sometimes need to go in and we need to do it one little bit at a time. And so I hope you all came with your ideas and have them ready to go so that you can come up with your ways that you kind of do something new. Now, I know that this is, and I forgot to send myself something because I wanted to show it to y'all. I want people to, I know this article that I kind of came up, it came up with, I think, 62 different ways of trying something new. And I realized as I was kind of looking at that, they weren't huge things. They weren't big things. They were just little things that we can do. And I think like mental health, mental boost, the boosting your mental health, and we put that in the journal. We can do that where we take things and we go, okay, how can we go ahead and use this in our journal? We can also add things like maybe a section in the journal that says, what are you grateful for today? And what are you doing to boost your mental health? And then this is another thing that you can do. What this week am I going to do? Even if it's just a little bit that I know that I new. And it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be big. It can sometimes be just the smallest thing that can help you go, oh, I'm trying something new. So I think that's a great way to think about being able to to just expand our comfort zone, expand that circle a little bit, and be able to do certain things that would be new and maybe a little bit, kind of nerve-wracking a little bit. And so I just thought that this would be a great, great topic. And we just have to remember we don't need to do the whole thing at once, just little bit by little bit. So, with that being said, hi, Kathy. How are you? You're doing chores? So here's just some things. There's for 62, and I will be putting it in the journal below, or in the journal, in the description below, so you can look at these. But add your own. Add your own to this list. And so I think the important thing is, I hope realize that you may make mistakes. I love the quote by Albert Einstein that says, if you're going to try something new, nobody that tries something new, if you don't try something new, you're not going to make a mistake. So I think we have to realize, in trying stuff new, we're going to make a mistake. And when we look at mistakes, don't beat yourself up for them. Look at them and say, how can we learn from them? And yep, I love that, Kathy. Unfortunately, yes, we all make mistakes, and we don't learn otherwise. Absolutely. And I love this as we're going down, and that, forgive me for kind of fooling around with my computer a little bit beforehand, because I forgot to add this, but I love it. It was a quote done by Martin Luther King Jr., and I love this quote. Now, when you look at the picture I found to go with it, you'll probably think, that staircase doesn't look too steady, but it was the only staircase I could find quickly today that kind of got the message across. So the message is more important than that. But I love this. You don't have to see the whole staircase to just take the first step. And if you think about it, you don't have to make the see it. In this staircase, I know it looks like a little bit of a rundown staircase, and it looks like life is kind of beating it up. Hi, Maya. Life is kind of beating it up a little bit, right? But you know what? You can't see the entire staircase from where we're standing. You can only see a couple steps. And in order to kind of see where this whole staircase goes, and there could be a whole gem, hi, Kristen, a whole gem upstairs, right? You're going to be able to see it, but you've got to take that step and go up the staircase and take that first step in order to be able to see the entire picture. And sometimes we need to take a step, try something new, and sit right at that first that step, and maybe sit down and say, okay, now I can tolerate that. I can take the next one, and I take the next one. So as you're looking at these, this list I found, and add something new to it. Realize that a lot of these were just really simple little steps. They weren't huge. They were just little steps. And I love that image. Whoops. I loved absolutely that image. I just thought it was just so fitting for this. So here's just a couple of things. Write a handwritten note and post it to someone you haven't been in touch with for a while. That's not something huge. That's something little. And I think that sometimes we think, oh my goodness, we have to do this huge thing to do something new. No, we don't. We don't have to do that. Just little. Sometimes if we saw the whole staircase, we wouldn't even take the first step. It's better to just do it a step at a time. Absolutely, Kathy. So that's something that builds and fosters connection by writing that. But it's not something that's huge. Make someone a birthday or a celebration cake. Well, I picked that one. I love that one. I had to read that out loud. Next Tuesday at this same time, we will be celebrating my birthday. I'm turning 29, you all, again. And we're going to celebrate my birthday. And we're going to talk about birthday reflections next Tuesday. And then the following night, or at 6 o'clock on my channel, we will be having a birthday celebration, and I have a giveaway. And that is going to happen on Tuesday. And then, of course, I will be able to celebrate with my lifeboat family, and it'll be awesome. So I'm looking forward to it this year. Be happy. Volunteer for a day at a local dog shelter, home for the elderly, or soup kitchen. What are we doing? We're fostering connection, right? We're fostering connection. I've started something on our channel called Lighthouse Monday, and I'm realizing that nobody knows how to talk to each other anymore. If the host isn't here behind the screen, kind of guiding the chat, people are sitting there going, how do we do this again? What does connection look like? Y'all, we have a cornerstone in the lifeboat, and the ripples that are coming out from it. They are helping, they are focusing on connection. You don't have to have, hi Melissa, you don't have to have an addiction to come to the lifeboat or come here. But we're showing people that connection can become a powerful, powerful tool in peer support, helping us get through this thing that we call life. But what I'm finding out through the Lighthouse Monday is we're doing that for the basis of getting people to talk and start to connect. We've had to kind of put questions in to prompt that. As people are like, how do you do this whole thing again? And so maybe just, if you're a lurker, popping out of the lurking box and saying hello and saying, oh, people are so welcoming and I can make friends this way. It doesn't take away from making friends and going out. And that's another thing that you can do, going out and connecting with people and sitting around the fire pit and going out with somebody for lunch or going out for somebody for a cup of coffee. That doesn't negate that. This just is another tool. Hi, Pete. Another tool to assist with that. And I'm telling you, you can make a difference in somebody's life, and somebody that's just going through a difficult time, or somebody that's elderly that maybe don't have a lot of visitors to come to see them, or a local dog shelter that says you can take the dogs for the day and go someplace and just allow them a break from the shelter. Now, here's one. We all get in our cars, right? I would have never thought of this. Take the bus or the train in town, village or city that you've never visited. Just go to the station. Get on the next one that comes in. Is that something huge? No, these are tiny little things, but they're so good to stretch that ability to do something new. And then when something, hi Alfonso, something comes new, when something is new that comes around that's big, when we do these little things, we're already practicing the new thing, right? We're already doing that. And so this doesn't seem so scary when the big things come. Make a scrapbook, print out photographs or emails and attach keepsakes. Little things. It's not huge. Get an outdoor weekend or a music festival and sleep under the stars. That's really, really simple. You may not want to do that in the winter, but in the summer, that would be great. Learn to play a musical instrument. That may be something you can do, or you possibly are not able to do. But you know what? Pick it up and try it. If you're not good at it, oh well, but at least you tried. And I can tell you from somebody that has played the flute throughout her life, when I first started, I can pick up the flute today, and I don't play like, a great musician, but I can play the flute. I know the way the musical notes are, and I can do it, and it doesn't sound half bad. But if I hadn't gone through years of school band and practicing and doing like that, I would never be able to even do a tune. So maybe pick up a musical instrument. Spend a day in bed watching movies or reading books, maybe with a spouse or a partner or something like that. Uh, you know, just doing that. I know my husband and I, because we're both disabled, we spend a lot of time together. Hi, twin. We spend a lot of time together. And you know what? I find out that there's a lot of times I come in my room and I'll crochet a lot and I'll watch my stuff and he'll be in the living room watching his stuff. But there are times where I'll go out and say, okay, I'll bring my crochet out there and I will just sit and let's find something we've never seen before. Now, if I usually pick the movie, it's usually something like, why did you have to find a tearjerker at the end? And I'm like, I didn't intend to find a tearjerker, but we laugh about it and we connect. And sometimes we'll order out for lunch or we'll go somewhere and pick up a sandwich and come back and just do something and put on a new movie that the two of us have never seen before. And it's just something that is really special. Look up your family tree and find out about your ancestors. That's another, I thought, pretty simple, but maybe fascinating way to kind of get in and see, oh, maybe I have some fancy person in my past, or maybe I don't, or who's this? I want to do that very much for my family. My great grandfather came over from Greece. My grandmother was born in Scotland, and I would love just to do that along with my dad's side of the family. I would love to learn about where his heritage comes and all that kind of stuff. So do that. Sign up for a local community class learning something new, which gives you the opportunity to meet people in your local area. The reason I did the thumbnail the way I did is because my mother and I, when we used to live in Florida, they used to have those adult educator classes, and we used to go to a local high school and learn about that. And you know what? We took up flower arranging. And we learned a lot about how to cut flowers properly, how to arrange them. We connected with people, and it was really fun. I found it actually very fascinating and fun. And actually, I can say that when I did my daughter's flowers for her wedding, I used wood flowers. I had some experience with flower arranging to some degree and some knowledge. So pick a local class. One time I did it when I was much younger. I did line dancing. I met some great people. We would go out and line dance together, and it was awesome. So that's another way. And if you have any ideas, please place them in the chat. Now, here's something we've talked about in 2 different topics. And if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it on our channel. Forgiving yourself and forgiving others. And number 12 was forgiving someone who has hurt you and maybe let them know. I have been telling you all, and I have not been doing it. And when we come back, we're going to be going to my husband's grandmother's 95th birthday on Saturday. So once that happens, when I come back, I'm going to do this letter that needs to get out in the mail. It needs to get to the person that has chosen to disconnect from our family. And I need to say, here you go. The ball's in your court now. And I haven't done it. I know in this instance it needs to get done, and this is the way to do it. Sometimes when you're trying to forgive somebody, maybe it's not the time or the situation to reach out to them and do all that. Maybe they're not even here, but writing a letter and maybe even just putting it through the shredder, whatever you need to do to just say, I'm forgiving. And remember, we say the no fishing island. Once you forgive somebody and you're done and you're over with and you're forgiving yourself, throw it in that ocean and don't bring it back. Plant seeds and grow something in your window in a box. If possible, start a small garden, a small garden video. Maybe you can start a small garden. I know I'm not great with gardens, but start a small garden. If you can, if you've got a green thumb, at least try it. If nothing survives, you'll know that maybe you need to go on the YouTubes and get some more ways of growing things better. But, compliments a perfect stranger. Now, do this with care, do it with caution in our world today. But you know what? I make a habit because my dad served in the military, served 28 years, 6 months, and 10 days as a first class petty officer in our Navy. And I really pay attention. Hi, Rhonda. I pay attention to hats. If somebody's wearing a hat that says retired of any kind or something that I can tell that they've served, I will take the moment to say thank you for your service, or if I see a first responder. So maybe that's a great way of doing that. Or if I am in a line at a grocery store, and I see somebody that has a pretty shirt on, I may say, "Oh, that's a beautiful shirt." I would do it carefully in our today's world, and that's a shame. But that's a great way. And you can also do it through the YouTubes, or if you go onto a channel and they've got a beautiful garden, go ahead and take a moment and compliment them. If they've got a nice channel, take a moment to compliment them. Reading an old classic, just pick out a book that maybe you haven't read for a while, or an old classic of a book. The same way with an old TV show. I was talking the other night about Lucille Ball. And I remembered this episode about her going to Alaska, and Red Skelton was in it, and I wanted to see it again. It was hysterical. And I found it, and I got to watch it yesterday. And I just absolutely delighted my soul. And it was just funny. And I actually had to find it through searching Google because I couldn't find it anyplace else. Going to Alaska. And it was just hysterical to watch, but it brought back so many wonderful memories. It really did. Um, Hi, VJ. Welcome. I'm glad you came along. Giving out compliments, kindness is free and can be good for you as for the person you were talking to. Absolutely. Sometimes it just delights our little soul when somebody says, "Oh, what a beautiful shirt you're wearing," or when I'm wearing my crochet stuff and says, "Did you make that? That's beautiful." It just makes you feel a little warm inside. Maybe start your own book club or join a book club. I know Kristen Melinda is planning to do that. She's planning to start her own little book club. So, maybe find a class or a club within your area that you can join. Again, that's connection. Going to a museum, a cinema, or a new restaurant in your area. Check out. I didn't realize that we had a bird sanctuary in our town. So that's someplace that I would like to explore one time. Sometimes just going outside and enjoying your own company and Mother Nature, and kind of taking these contraptions that we have and just putting them away, and just taking a breath is sometimes extremely helpful. Bake cookies for someone, share them at work, share them with a neighbor. Maybe you haven't met a neighbor and you haven't seen for a while. Go make some cookies. You can get a tub from Sam's Club for $7. Go to the store, pick up a couple cookies. Hi, curbside, pick up a couple cookies, right? And go take them to your local neighbor and just give them some cookies, or take them to your work and share them. Just put a little note just to say, just because y'all are awesome today, just do something to just spread a little kindness on along the way. It's very easy in today's world to go out and buy a birthday card, right? Or readily available. What about making our own? What about having our kids for our grandchildren or our nieces and nephews? I did that for my nieces and nephews when I was close to them. I would go over, especially around Mother's Day, and I would find a project and I say, "Okay, we're going to make this for your mom." And it was something that was handmade, and they absolutely enjoyed it. And I loved the time with them. I actually, one year we got the what is it? The gingerbread. And I brought them over and we all decorated the gingerbread house together. And it was such wonderful memories. But for them, it was new. It was something that it was new for them. It was a joy for me because I had never done it with them before. So, making your own stuff, making your own birthday cards or an anniversary card, you don't have to draw really well with all the stuff we have technology wise. But get the kids involved. I know Miss Dragon does this a lot. She goes mountain climbing, well, not mountain climbing, but hiking or a long forest walk. Just get out there, shut the phones off. Tell people I'm unavailable for the next hour. I wouldn't suggest you not taking your phone with you, but just getting outside and just saying, I'm going, maybe go with a friend and just enjoy that time and just chit chat. Or maybe take your phone, and if you have a dear friend, maybe say, listen, I'll call you and we'll chit chat and we'll walk together. Um, I could not do this. Well, here's the next one. I got a little ahead of myself. Eating lunch outdoors, packing a picnic, and sitting by the lake, going by the sea, taking a blanket out by a garden, or if you have a garden, doing that. A lot of times, especially when it gets warmer, I will take a seat out at a local park and go take my crochet with me and just change my environment, which is so good for your mental health. But sometimes I forget to do that. I think, wait a minute, I need to change my perspective. I need to do something new. It may be a new park, it may just be a new environment or a new time. Um, I usually try to do a topic Thursday, and I did one last week because we were talking about boosting your mental health. Well, usually I do it from here. Well, I took the camera outside and I videotaped a whole scene in a park and I voice recorded over it. It was just something different and something new. It wasn't the same old thing. Well, I don't know about you, but I really can't roller skate anymore. But if you can, wonderful. Go to a roller skating rink. Is there any really around anymore? If not, maybe you can roller skate on your sidewalks or something like that. But the days of the roller skating rinks, those were so much fun. Man, I have so many wonderful memories. Or they're going to the wayside. Let someone else order for you. I thought that was kind of interesting, a little scary, but maybe have someone else order for you. I would do it for somebody you trust, maybe your husband or your daughter. I love yarn, and there's a place that I've said to my daughter when I get the funds for it, I want her to go onto that site and order me X amount of yarn and send it to me and surprise me with it. And that's a little intimidating because I know that my least favorite color is yellow. She'd probably find every yellow yarn that would ever imagine to just drive me nuts. But I said, you know what? It would be a great thing. It would be something new and surprising. I agree. Homemade items are always more meaningful than shop bought items. I totally 100% agree. Well, good luck for your Melissa with your boyfriend at the dentist. I hope it goes well. Um, Call somebody you haven't spoke for a while. Make a visit. Sometimes in life we don't sit there and say, are we going to plan that? I think sometimes we have to plan conversation with a dear friend. We have to go, okay, are you available? I want to catch up. I want to talk. And I want to have this time with you to just be able to go ahead and do that. And sometimes we need to plan for that. Reach out to them and say, okay, what time is available for you? For a period of time, maybe a week or a month or all year, only shop locally. We live in the Amish country. Have a great day, Melissa. I'll be praying for a good procedure. We'll put some ones in there for you. Um, we have local shops where we live a lot near the Amish country, and there are so many wonderful, wonderful, hi shades of gray, so many wonderful Amish stores by us. And oftentimes we will go to those and just go around and enjoy the different kind of things and the new stuff. And, you know, um, I love going to that and seeing what items they have and what different items they have. And so, maybe going and finding handcraft items or items that are, made locally, maybe a really fun activity, something new, maybe try something new. Um, Great way. Play a board game with friends. I don't think that we think about it. Source. Hi, Miss Sunrise Dawn. I don't think that we often remember that how that board games. Some are more competitive than others, right? But just pull out a board game. Say that 3 times fast. Turn off the TV. Turn off your phone with your family and say, "We're putting out a board game and we're just going to have fun and just enjoy the classic things of doing the board game." Maybe swap your car for your bicycle. If it's not too far, maybe say, "Listen, I'm going to take a bike ride today versus the car." Maybe attend an open mic night. Great way for entertainment. Maybe you'll meet some new people. Go out to a concert, local concert, or go ahead and attend an open mic night. Donate to a charity, whether it's your clothing that you no longer wear, maybe it's a blanket. There are places that will accept donated blankets for homeless shelters that you can crochet or knit. So maybe you do that. Donate a blanket. There's charities, around. There's also a charity called Lasagna Love, and they are looking for people too that will bake lasagnas and give them out for people that are going through a difficult time. Maybe that's a calling that you have. So find a local charity maybe that you can donate, make you feel good, and you're helping somebody else in the process. This is one that I did, and I found out that I really enjoyed it as long as I had my stand mixer because of my hands I can't knead for long periods of time. But making homemade bread, some recipes were great and some I didn't do so well. But it was really fun to make homemade bread. Um, I love Japanese. My favorite one that I ever made was Japanese milk bread. It was absolutely delicious. It was gone within no time flat. But I would find different recipes and I would try them, and making your own homemade bread. It is good. If you're frustrated with something, go ahead and knead that bread, right? Great frustrating releasing technique. Um, and here's the thing again: switch your phones off, switch the laptops off, and spend quality time with yourself or other people. If you know that you need to lay down and have a rest and have a nap, turn the phone off, or only put on do not disturb and make it so that only certain people can come on your phone to contact you. Just allow yourself that time to kind of decompress. Maybe declutter. Out with the old, in with the new. We've heard that one, right? Declutter some of your stuff. If there's stuff you're not using, give it to a local Goodwill or AmVets, or find a way to declutter. And the rule is usually if you haven't used it in 6 months, it's worthless. Let it go. Take out old books or magazines. Look through them. Maybe in a public place, maybe if you're in a doctor's office, put down your phone and pull out a magazine, and read it. You may learn something new. Even though it's older, you may learn something new. Take your camera for the whole day. I thought this was a great thing too. Take your camera for the whole day. We have them on us at all times. Yes, making the way your house smells when you make homemade bread. And if you fail it and you make a mistake, do it again. Keep doing it again until you get it. Take your camera for the whole day and capture everything that interests you. We have it right at our fingertips. Maybe post it on Facebook, or just keep it. Or if you have a YouTube channel, go ahead and say interesting things I saw today. And we have it all at our fingertips. Go ahead and take your camera with the whole day. I'm only at 36, y'all, and I've skipped over a couple of them for various reasons. But I want to point out None of these are life-changing events. I know we know recently that Kristen started a new job. It's not as big as starting that kind of thing. These are just simple little things that you can do to say, oh, I'm trying something new. I'm taking my comfort zone from here and I'm just slowly taking my foot and dipping in it and making it a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. None of them are life changing. None of them are absolutely going to do anything, but they're just little things you can do to do something new so that when the big things hit, you're already kind of practicing doing something new. It's not so nerve-wracking. You know, I told Kristen when she was starting a new job, I said, just realize you're going to come home from that exhausted and tired the first day. Nerves from starting something new and going to the job and going through the day, come home, order something, bring something home, and just relax for the rest of the evening as much as you can with a little one running around the house. But just realize that you're going to be tired and don't beat yourself up for it. You're absorbing all this new stuff. So none of these are as big event that's as like what's happened in Kristen's life. These are just little small things that can help you practice when you have to come in life to do something new. Back in 2010, I had major surgery. I had 30 staples down my stomach. I had a big cyst that had to be removed, and I had stitches inside, and I was off of work for about 6 weeks. Well, at the end of the 6 weeks, I was ready to go full time. Let's go full time. Let's do this. And my doctor said, you're going to go back to work. You're going back to work half time. I'm not going to give you permission to go back full time. And I thought she was ridiculous. I didn't know what she was talking about. It's not magic. I thought this is dead. I'm just fine. I'm telling you, when I got done with that day at work, I was so happy that she had said to me, only half day. Because I had to get up and down from the chair throughout the day. My stomach was so sore by 12 o'clock, even after 6 weeks worth of healing. And I came home and fell asleep for 3 hours. I was so tired. So when you're doing these little things are nothing that is new job. Maybe you've just gotten married, new baby, all this, you've moved, all this new news, not major things like that. But that you're going to go have to crash for a 3-hour nap. But I thought this is nothing new, but it was new for my normal 6 weeks worth of what I had done recovering from major surgery, unexpected surgery. And then not only that, just getting, I knew all this stuff, but I hadn't done it for 6 weeks. I literally came home and crashed. My mother took my daughter for the evening. Hi, Allison. My mother took Awesome. My mother took, my daughter and just went ahead and just had her for the night. And I got to come home and literally rest. And that was important. Maybe attend a local food, event in your area and try something new. We recently went, and you'll see it on my channel. We went to the Greek festival, which for me is just like home. It is just, I just love it. It's like every year I got to have my Greek fix. But I would really suggest maybe looking for a festival like that. And if you haven't had an opportunity to try the local Greek food and see the culture, go experiment with it. Go take your children or your grandchildren or your nieces or nephews. Go ahead and take that opportunity to go out. Hi, Charlie. Go out and experiment that and expose them to that. It is such a wonderful thing to be able to do. And yes, Rhonda, it was. I literally went in the hospital for a test. thought I was going to leave, and they looked at me and I said, "Can I go home?" And they go, "You go home. You're not going to make it. If this cyst was to, um, you know, decide it was going to have, get at you, you're not going to make it back here." So literally, I went in Thursday and I was on the operating table by Saturday, that quick. And it was my first surgery. I was nervous. And I hope I never have to go through that kind of surgery again. Woo! But I made it through. I'm here, right? Holding a mini movie festival in your home. I thought this was a great idea. Holding a mini movie festival. Invite some friends over. If you've got a way to put maybe a projector up, I don't know how expensive those things are, maybe on a wall, or have people over for a movie. Pick a movie, do some popcorn, have everybody bring a potluck thing, and have a movie afternoon or a movie night, and just enjoy the friends and the community and all that kind of stuff. Maybe help a neighbor that's elderly organize a little bit. Maybe if you have a neighbor that's just really struggling, and they're unfortunately maybe disabled, maybe they can't organize, or maybe they can't clean very well. Maybe you could go over there and just help them a little bit, or bring a chicken to them. Those are just little kindness things, but maybe it's something you haven't done before with them, and maybe you could go in and just chit chat with them, and then maybe they're going to enjoy the conversation. I have a friend of mine from our church who says, "You can come over anytime. You can sit with your crochet hook," because she knows I'm not. This girl does not have a green thumb, even though I'm wearing green today. I do not have a green thumb, and she'll just say to me, "You just come on your own 100% and just enjoy. You can sit with your crochet. We can just sit and chit chat, and I will be more than thrilled to do that." And I need to do that. I need to do that and enjoy that time with her. Make your own soup. And here's the thing about, especially with your own homemade bread, go and find a soup, make a new recipe. We all have had chicken. We've probably made it the same way a certain amount of times. Change up the recipe. Maybe make it different. Don't have to do the same old thing over and over again. So maybe try a new soup. Learn a new language, especially if you're planning to go to a new country. Maybe I've always wanted to learn Greek. I wonder why. But maybe take an opportunity to try to learn a new language. You may fail miserably at it, but you may have some fun along the way. Go for a swim. We have a lot of lakes around here, and my daughter has gone, and I thought, I've never really swum in a lake before, but I need to try it. I just need to sit, just put my feet in, just just take little steps there and there. I'm more of a pool girl, this girl anyway, but anyway. Yeah, so having someone order for you sounds fun. They have to know you well. If you have any allergies, make sure that they know, so they don't order something with allergies. But go for a swim. Skip is free, burns a heap of calories, and can be done anywhere. Take a road trip, and it doesn't have to be a far road trip. Maybe say, "Listen, I live here, so I'm going to do an hour all the way around, and I'm going to drive here an hour and an hour, or maybe even stretch it to an hour and a half." And you could hit lots of little towns and lots of little places an hour away. One of the things I'd like to do is go to Cleveland so I can go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's about an hour and a half away from us. Well, that needs to happen one day. So take a road trip. And sometimes it can be a little bit spontaneous. And too much of a control freak to let somebody else order for me. Well, you know what? Then yourself. But there's 62, and I think that we come up with a lot more little things. But find something else to do that's new. But again, that's also, think of it this way, Magic Knot. It may be just maybe make simple. But my point of it is that if you're this, maybe you need to say, "You know what? I maybe need to have somebody order for me." because I can just take my toe and step it out in that comfort zone. Maybe. If it creates you too much anxiety, then don't do it. But sometimes our little comfort zone is like this, right? And we stay in this comfort zone, and we it's hard to say, you gotta take my little toe. Sometimes it is just your little toe just stepping out, right? And oh, Rhonda, well, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Just stepping out and expanding that just a little bit. Road trips were always fun with the kids. I used to pick them up and pick up the kids out of school and just go. Awesome. One time we have family over in Scotland, and one time I came to my daughter's school, unbeknownst to her. And I got her and I said, she goes, Mom, why are you here early? I said, well, we're going to Scotland. She goes, what do you mean? What do you mean? We're going to Scotland. I said, we're going to Scotland. And we went home, and I was able to get, thankfully, well, my grandmother was still alive at that time. I was able to get her niece and nephew on the phone so that they could talk to her. They hadn't seen her in years. And my daughter got to talk to them through FaceTime. And it was wonderful to be able to connect with them and get to talk with them. And it was such a magical, magical time. And we didn't really go anyplace, but it was something new and new people and everything. And so it was a great opportunity. And it's true. We all like our comfort zone, but sometimes that comfort zone can be confining. And sometimes we have to go, we have to do it, because then if we don't expand that comfort zone a little bit, right, then we stay within it. Getting on the YouTubes, you have to step out of your comfort zone, believe me. But I'm so glad that we did it for this channel. I am so glad, because what connections we have made, and we're just so thankful. Camp out. Choose a time when the weather is good. Take out the barbecue, a sleeping bag, or a portable radio. Relax with nature and enjoy put the technology behind. We don't even have to go outside. I remember when I was little, I used to make a tent with all the blankets in the living room, or put out a pop tent in the living room and say to the kids, we're going to have a movie night. We're going to have hot dogs and hamburgers, and we're going to make it, and you guys can sleep in the tent. It doesn't have to be out there, but if they've never done something like that, it is something new and exciting and different. You're popping up a tent. We're going to make this, a night, and we're going to tell ghost stories, and, they could craft a little, pretend fire with, maybe take construction paper and roll it up and put it down and make a pretend fire. And, you have those little portable things you can roast the marshmallows with, put on a movie, and just pretend that you're camping. If the weather's not great or you can't afford to do that, it would be fun. Reading a community newsletter or notice boards. Find out what's going on. If you're on Facebook, it's on the Facebook. You can see all different kind of activities going on in your neighborhood that are close to you, and go and experiment them. Great way to support your local community. Try a new look. Choose a new hairstyle. Try to wear different new clothing. Try different kinds of clothing on you that you normally wear. My daughter has lately been going to the Dollar Tree and getting, Dollar Tree, and she would get the dye, the hair dye that you put in, wash out, and she would put it on. It's just hair. She would come to church, and she'd have sections of blue hair, and I've thought about doing that just for the heck of it. I may even do it for my birthday. I may even go to the Dollar Tree and see if they've got the purple hair dye and put it in and go, woo, just something different. If we can't have fun, we need to sometimes do that. We've started adding jokes of the day to our channel, because not a day, but kind of every other day. Why? Because I want people to start trying to laugh a little bit and just find something. Yes, that's actually make it a rainbow. Do purple. Purple is my favorite. So I was thinking about maybe just surprising everybody. I may or may not do it, so you don't know, for my birthday celebration, but I thought it'd be just fun. But she does that. She has a friend and they do dye in her hair and she just has fun with it. And it's like, go ahead and have fun. But I think that's a great way. It's just hair. It's going to grow back. I made my hair short one time just for the heck of it. It was just a lot of fun. I loved my daughter's reaction when I did it, because it was just fun, and it's going to grow back. Write a list of everything you appreciate. Sometimes those things go unnoticed. It's great way of becoming more aware of passing on the gratitude. Put things. I may have to, you may come on my next week on the birthday celebration and find me with purple hair. See, there's always a reason to turn into Blessed to Crochet, right? So, you know what? Write a list of what you're grateful for. Maybe it's just as simple as the sun is shining today. I woke up today. I had my coffee today. I got to watch a movie with my husband. I got to go out to lunch with my daughter. I got to go out to lunch with my son. I got to do, it doesn't have to be major. It just has to be the littlest things. Watch a sunset or a sunrise or both. Find a good spot, settle down, enjoy a friend, have a cup of tea, have a cup of coffee, have a drink, whatever, and just sit and relax, or sit and crochet or knit, or just sit there and just absolutely absorb all of it. Write down your life plan. That's part of journaling too. Write down what you want to achieve. If you don't write it down, then you're not going to maybe necessarily always, it may not occur. Write it down and, cross out things as you walk towards them. Now, if you write something down in your little thing and you say, I want to be, I'm not saying anybody say this, but let's just say the end goal is I want to be a doctor. There's a lot of steps between doctor and the start of it before you're going to get there. So whatever your goal is, make sure that you can put your goal, but you have all those little steps. Remember, all those little steps to get to that end goal. So whatever the goal is at the end, make sure that you're putting little obtainable goals to get there. Don't just try to take the whole staircase at once. Just do little bit by little bit. And take the time out to let those around you know that they are loved. Call up, write letters, visit, send a message out strong, clear to those that are most important to you. Text them, I love you. It doesn't really take that much time. Now these, I thought they were 62. They're not. They're 52 little things. That means one a week to try something new. None of these, that's one of the reasons I picked it. None of these were huge life-changing changes. They were just little things to try something new. And hopefully maybe on that list you could pick several. Make your own. Maybe there's things that you want to try that are something new. I want to say something about the last one. My aunt has stage 4 liver and lung cancer. We have her for the time that we have her. We don't know if it's going to be for a year or 6 months or 2 years. We don't know. And I need to do a better job of texting her every solitary day. I just want you to know I love you. Because there is going to be one day that she's not going to be there for me to say to her, I love you. Thank you for being my aunt. You're awesome. We need to lift people up and show them that they're more than than what they think they are. She's had a hard life. She was and struggled with alcohol and drugs in her past. She has done an amazing job in the last probably almost 11 years of her life. She has just done amazing. And I need to do more of sending her little messages every day that says, I love you. She called me recently and she said, I hate to bother you. I said, you're not bothering me. Because I know that one day, whatever that looks like in her time period, she's living with a terminal illness. There's one day where that phone will never ring again. And the time now that she calls and it rings and she talks, she's here. See, we can't do this whole new thing and stepping out of our comfort zone without help. That's why the boat is here. That's why our channel is here. That is why other ripples that have come off the lifeboat are here, because we cannot do this by ourselves. We need peer support. We need people to come beside us and say, you're scared to step out of that comfort zone. I'm going to come and I'm going to do the step with you. I didn't pick a list of major things. I didn't find an article of major things, right, that had anything that were new and bombshell of a thing. They all were little things. And in that list, there were people that said, oh, I couldn't do that one. Oh, no, I couldn't do that one. Because we are so used in today's world, I'm Rita, of if we're in control of everything, then that's where we feel safe. Stepping out of control, okay, is extremely difficult. We got to keep everything in its box. We got to keep everything controlled. We can't. Well, you know what? There are situations in life where things are out of our control. And when things are out of our control, what do? This girl doesn't go to drugs and alcohol. This girl goes to her local store and finds Swiss cake rolls, finds mint chocolate chip ice cream, goes and finds something, because I don't like that uncomfortable feeling. I want everything to be in control. I want to be able to control it. I can't control it. Where do I want to go? Something's uncomfortable. Where do I want to do? I want to comfort myself with something that's not going to help me get through it. Drugs and alcohol are not going to help you get through it. Food is not going to help you get through it. The connections you have made here on the lifeboat and in your normal lives, those are what is going to help you get through it. Whatever you believe spiritually, this girl is a believer. I know where I'm going. But I'm faulty sometimes of allowing worldly things, such as food, to think that it's going to comfort me for any period of time. It is not going to do it. Yep. And that's, I don't do excessive alcohol because I don't like the loss of control. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with all those colors, Sandy. Absolutely. I totally 100% agree. I don't like it either. If I don't like that. And I used to be around friends and they would say, "Oh, why don't you get just go ahead and drink a lot." And I thought, yeah, forgetting where I am, getting sick and acting silly. No, thank you. I don't want any of that. I don't want that. But what was I doing instead of doing drugs and alcohol? I was going to food. I was still using something. It didn't matter. It didn't matter that it wasn't drugs or alcohol. It was food. It was just as bad. Now, with that being said, Drugs and alcohol, if you're using them, please do not try to stop on your own. Please reach out to the lifeboat. There is medically assisted treatment. Does it mean that because I chose food or someone chooses alcohol and drugs makes them a bad person? It does not. Absolutely not. You are not a person because you are addicted to something or dealing with a mental illness or dealing with an addiction, which has been proven to be oftentimes, just the way your body works, and you need medically assisted treatment. It's in Not says, I use retail therapy, right? Does it make you a bad person? No, it doesn't. Absolutely not. This was one that I've used, and it's a saying that I really, really like. And I like that I did it on an actual time because, right, sometimes we don't have enough time. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on a second. And I will get it because it was one that I love this saying. And I think it has everything to do with it. Okay? It says, the most beautiful people we have known are those who have now known defeat, known suffering, knowing struggle, knowing loss, and have found their way out of the depths. These persons have appreciation and are sensitive and understanding of life that fills them with compassion, gentleness, and deep love concerning. Beautiful people don't just happen. You all have been through whatever you have been in your life by no accident. But how you choose, right? How you choose to enter the world, right? How you choose to use what you have been through in your life to share with others that may be going through the same difficult thing. If you have been sober for any length of time, you are an example to others that don't think that it is possible. Tommy has been sober. Calhoun has been sober. They are showing the world that yes, you can. It is possible. I use medication. Tommy does in order to be able to keep his sobriety in check. There's no shame in that. Absolutely 100% no shame. But what they have been through has helped make the lifeboat the way it is. It can be so hard. If you are someone who needs help with an addiction, please reach out. Okay. Awesome. I will go ahead and do that. And if you haven't checked out the lifeboat, please go ahead and check out the lifeboat. Sandy, that is our Facebook group. We have the Facebook group called the Lighthouse Beacons. Thank you, Don. We have the Facebook group, the Lighthouse Beacons, for you all to come. It's another place to connect, to help through situations and difficulty. But can I just say, if anybody out there is watching, they're thinking there's no hope to have sobriety and live a life free of that, there is hope. Please reach out to the lifeboat. They are here. We are here to assist. Nobody needs to suffer in silence. And there's nothing wrong with calling a friend and saying, you know what? I need to do something new. I'm going to pick maybe something on the list, or maybe I have something I want to do. Can you come along? Because I'm a little nervous. And sometimes if we have the right kind of friends, they will lovingly just push us a little bit. Give us the push to do something that may be a little nerve-wracking. The wonderful thing about the great thing about coming to all of these wonderful coming in all these wonderful chats and all these other these wonderful chats that have happened, and all of the just the wonderful things that have occurred by watching all of this, right? And by having all these ripples, is that when you all come into our channel, when you come in the Lifeboat, when you come into Chris and Melinda, when you come into Nina Meaning, when you come into all of these the chats, there's a lot of people within those chats that you already know. And you can come into them in a place where you go, hey, I'm having a really difficult time. Can you help? They're people that you already know. But can I give you the suggestion of looking for channels that have live content? This is one thing you can do something new too. Looking for channels that have live content, okay? And going into them not knowing anybody. And go from lurking mode to starting to talk. Start making those different connections. Go outside of your comfort zone a little bit. It's nice to come into all these chats and be able to, get to know them and all that kind of stuff. That's wonderful. That's an awesome thing to be able to do. But maybe try to find some, some live content where you know nobody, and you're going to go out and do it. Find out from the YMCA if there is, maybe there is local groups at the YMCA, or a local place that you could have content or connections that you're making that are in person. Take that first step. And sometimes if you need a friend to take that first step, let them know. Call them up. Can you come with me? Go explore your local town. I think there's just so many. And I think that we can expand the our journaling to past of all this stuff we got to dump out of our heads. I think we can start adding, what am I grateful for today? And it can be as little as the sun is shining. What can I do to boost my mental health today? Go take a 10-minute walk. Call a friend. Simple stuff. What's something new, right, that I can try? Maybe you love going to movies. Well, if you've gone to the same movie theater over and over again, drive a little farther and go to a different movie theater. There's a lot of things that you can do that can say, and this is for the purpose of saying, my comfort zone's here. I need to expand it. These are things I can just tip my toe out and start expanding that circle little bit by little bit. So when the big stuff comes, when you've got the big changes and the big new things that are happening, you're already practicing on the little ones. I didn't start out crocheting, making wonderful things. I started out crocheting by doing chain and a single crochet back and forth and back and forth. And I swore when I got done, I was never going to pick it up again. I'm doing this kind of stuff and even more advanced stuff now because I've done it over and over and over and over again. There's some things I don't enjoy doing very well, but there's other things I have come to love doing, and I often go to. Hi, Fairbrooks. I often go to over and over again. So, look for those things that you can do that are new, that they are opening. Look for them. And you know what? Go into the Lighthouse Beacons group. Go into the Lifeboat group for Facebook. Go into Discord for the Lifeboat, and maybe go ahead and say, listen, I'm trying something new today, and this is what it is. Let other people know this is what I'm trying. I'm going to come out of that comfort zone, and this is what I'm going to do today. And it's something new, right? It doesn't have to be major. It just have to take the first step. All you have to do, y'all, first step. So I hope that was helpful. I really do. I really hope that that was something that, people kind of enjoyed and they thought about, you know what? Sometimes we think we got it. It's a huge thing when we think of doing something new, we got to do this huge thing, right? And we have to do this huge thing, right? We don't have to do it. We do not have to do a huge thing. We just have to, hold on a second. We just have to do just the smallest thing, right? That's it. Just do small, don't have to do big. And that's it. Just do little things. That's all we have to do. So let's do that. Just do the littlest things, right? Always do. That's it. So I hope to hear from more suggestions. If you have them when this video is over, put them down in the comment. Now, next, I may be on Thursday. We will see, but I will see. But Tuesday, we will be at, well, I'm so glad, Seashell, I haven't seen you before. And if you popped up, then good. Did something new. If you're lurking and you popped up, good for you. I will definitely be, I think I will see about Thursday, but definitely join me Tuesday at 11:30 boat time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time for my birthday to celebrate with my lifeboat family, as well as all the other people that come around this time as we simulcast off of my this channel and the lifeboat. Please join me. We're going to do birthday reflection. Well, welcome, Seashell. We're going to do birthday reflection, and I just really hope that you'll join me. This is hard. This is a hard. My birthday is wonderful, but it's also comes off the heels of Father's Day, which is Sunday. This will be the third Father's Day without my dad, and sometimes it's easier than others. I think the hardest times is the days where both Father's Day and my birthday are together, but I'm looking forward to spending that day full of just wonderful connections and really celebrating with the people, especially with the lifeboat and my lifeboat family that have literally just changed my life for so much better since 2023. And I'm just really excited to be able to do that. And yes, you saw the sombrero. Yes. If you haven't checked out, we went out to real quick and then I'll get off soon. But we went out to, what was it? To a Mexican restaurant. We went out to my daughter and we went out for Father's Day early and we went out for my birthday and they came with this. If you haven't checked it out, go to my channel, watch this, this big sombrero hat. They sang me happy birthday and it was a bunch of fun. And I did something new. I did it mainly for my daughter because, all right, well, that'll be awesome, Jaden, to go and support her. I did this big hat, this hat, and I thought I did it mainly just to give her a good laugh. So I will be looking forward to celebrating with you all. And then that following night, I will be on my channel solely at 6 o'clock Eastern time, as we're just going to celebrate with, just my channel solely, and of course doing my birthday giveaway. So I will be drawing the winner for that. So, and then I will proceed with more lifeboat family and more Admiral Tommy, and maybe I'll just be circled with lots of friends. And, that is really, honestly, if you want a tool to get through a life itself, focus on connection here and outside of YouTube. It is just a great way to be able to get through this thing we call life and try something new and tell us about it. Okay. Thank you all for joining me today. Have a blessed evening, and I will talk to you later. Catch Nina meeting at 3:40 Central Time and 1:40 Boat Time and 4:40 Eastern Time. And I will catch you on the next one. Have a blessed day and stay connected, everybody, and try something new. Bye-bye, y'all.